Hello everyone, I am Karthik Kamdar and I welcome you to our YouTube channel Experience Candles, and we are very glad to launch our program, a new initiative, Ask and Ascend, where we believe that questions are the key to better insights. The objective is this initiative is meant for the students and early career professionals where they might have different questions around workplace, around their studies, right? So they can raise their questions to us, and then based on our experience, we will address those questions. And we are also very thrilled to launch this program with our alma mater, that is Pumba. So we are very glad for that, and we are hopeful that this program will also be very insightful for all of you. So let's begin this program or initiative, Ask and Ascend. Over to you, Deep.
Thank you, Karthik, for briefing about this wonderful program. And today, our first guest is Ms. Shraddha Kalamkar. She is a second-year student of SP University MBA department. We call it SPOMBA. And she is having experience working with market research organizations, also having 2 years experience working with these organizations. And she has some very interesting questions for this forum. So we will try to address that to best of our knowledge. So welcome, Shraddha, and thank you for raising these questions.
Hello, sir. Yeah, thank you so much for quickly responding my queries and arranging this session. So yeah, we can discuss the questions now.
Sure. So Shraddha, your first question, I will just try to read out. Your first question is, as a fresher, how should you be careful so that people cannot play politics with you easily?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think before you begin, Shraddha, I would like to say that this is a very interesting question, and I think many of us, I think when we started our career, this question would have definitely cropped up in our minds as well. And this is both interesting and intriguing question, right? So before we address this question, our counter question will be, what do you mean by politics at work? Because this is very important for our audience also to know that from where you are coming. So if you can please elaborate a bit on this particular aspect.
So I don't think so that we can just relate politics term with only workplace. Like as a student, as a family member, also as in society, as a person of a country, we face politics at every level. But like workplace पे politics का सबसे ज्यादा impact अगर आता है तो वो हमारे करियर पे. And as a fresher we don't know we just get familiar with the employees, with our subordinates, and we don't know exactly that people are playing politics with us. like कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि हमारे काम का क्रेडिट कोई और लेके जाता है, और वी डोंट हैव सच काइंड ऑफ प्रूफ्स, बिकॉज जब तक स्टूडेंट्स थे तब तक एक एक चीज का हमने प्रूफ नहीं रखा. काम किया हो तो वो सिर्फ दिखाते हैं, हम ऐसा नहीं दिखाते कि इतना काम मैंने किया, इतना काम इसने किया. और वी आर नॉट यूज टू ऑफ कलेक्टिंग सच थिंग्स. तो वो सारी चीजें जब वर्क प्लेस पे आते हैं हम लोग, तो ये एक चेंज हो जाता है. और सबके मतलब जितने भी लोग एक्सपीरियंस रह चुके होंगे, सबने कहीं ना कहीं पॉलिटिक्स का एक्सपीरियंस किया ही होगा. और एज अ फ्रेशर तो ऐसा होता है कि वो फेस करके ही हमें पता चलता है कि ओके पॉलिटिक्स खेल रहे हैं लोग हमारे साथ.
So I think just I would like to interpret what you are saying, that so in my opinion, what you are trying to suggest is that if you are deserving for something, right, but if you are not getting that due credit, then something will crop up in your mind that yes, at the back end something is cooking up, right? So I think if you are coming from that angle, yeah, you are relatively appropriate in terms of saying that politics at workplace definitely hampers your growth. So it's a very valid explanation. So I'll now hand it over to Deep for his observations and experience. Yeah.
Yeah, Shraddha. So you are quite right that it happens many a times that we do lots of work and then credit goes to someone else, right?
Mm.
What I would suggest, and I will share my experience also on this, is that when you join an organization, you should be very clear about your career path. Okay, what you want to gain out of it. So nowadays, they don't call it employees, they call it knowledge workers. क्यों ऐसा बोलते हैं knowledge workers? Because we are the one who are sharing our knowledge and take the organization to the different level, right?
Mm.
So at the same time, we are like an entrepreneur. So Shraddha
Mm.
Kalamkar itself is a brand, right? So you are providing your services to an organization. So you should be very, very clear what you want out of your career. Okay, so I would not use word stepping stone, but yes, definitely you should utilize your experience, your expertise with that organization, learn new things out of it, and then move ahead in your career. Okay, so once your career path is quite clear, it becomes easier that whoever gets credit, you won't mind basically. And trust me, over a period of time, that credit will definitely come to you because somebody can copy paste your work,
Mm.
but they cannot copy paste your
Huh.
passion basically,
Yeah.
right? So it's a matter of time only that you may feel that okay, मुझे ये credit नहीं मिला, मुझे ये award मिलना चाहिए था, नहीं मिला, kind of.
Mm.
Yeah, so that is my advice to you.
And just Deep,
Yeah,
I would
and
like to
I
add.
would like to say,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry, go
please.
ahead, Deep. Yeah.
Yeah, and if I share my experience, so in sales, it is quite obvious. Many a times it happens that you do all work, and finally, when order comes, somebody else gets the credit. Okay, but that is fine because then you have come to know about customer, about your product, about negotiation, and you learn so many other things which can help you in your future. So it is not about short-term goal; it is about long-term what you are learning out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Karthik.
Yeah. Now, those were all good points, Deep. And I would like to add a couple of more points. So, Shraddha, first thing which is very important, there is no organization on this earth where there is no politics. So that we have to accept, right? You can
Yes.
comment that there will be that the level of politics might be different in different organizations, but there is no such organization exist where there is no politics. So that is a clear understanding that we should have. At the same time, you might not be clear about your career path. Okay, 5-10 years down the line, what you will do, right? But what Deep has suggested is very important, that if you are aware about your career path, then nothing like that. But over a period of time, you might find some more interesting work to do, right? So what is more important is whatever you are doing at that particular time, or in whatever environment you are doing that work, just focus on your deliverables, right? Whatever objectives, whatever targets, whatever deliverables which were assigned to you, just focus on those deliverables. And if somebody is trying to backstab you, or I would use that word, that somebody is trying to play politics with you, then you should give answer in terms of deliverables. You should give answer in terms of with your work, that how much work you have done, or how much benefit you have been able to provide to the organization. Because no organization will suffer from politics. They will never like to suffer from politics, right? All the organizations, they want to grow. So if you happen to feel these angles in your work area, then you should also highlight at the right time that something is not happening good, which is definitely hampering the organization. If you find that certain things are not good for the organization, right, then you should highlight that if we have this work culture, then it is not good for the organization, because no organization will like to suffer from politics. Or and the other thing which I want to add is, there is also something we can call it as positive politics and negative politics, right? Positive politics is, if certain things which you can influence, right, for the betterment of the organization, then it is good for that. But if something is not good for the organization and it is also affecting your individual growth, then you should not shy away in raising the issues. And I can give my example that when I started my career, I also had faced similar issues. मैं आपको एक सिंपल एग्जांपल देता हूँ कि मैं 15-20 दिन के लिए आई वाज नॉट कीपिंग वेल इन द इनिशियल इयर्स, राइट? तो 15-20 दिन के मतलब आई वाज नॉट वेल, somebody else got promoted. और मुझे जो मेरा एट दैट टाइम द मैनेजर ही टोल्ड मी कि अगर आप बीमार नहीं होते तो शायद आपको ये पोजीशन मिलती. It's very surprising, but then I
Yes.
tried to find out more interesting work and then I switched over to different work streams. अगर आपको लग रहा है कि आपका ग्रोथ हैम्पर हो रहा है, डोंट वेट टू मच. मतलब टॉलरेंस का भी एक लिमिट होता है, राइट? यू माइट फील टॉलरेंस इज व्हाट you will say, okay, I will just cop it up, right? But over a period of time you might want to change your department, you might want to change the organization, but don't just keep it with you and just have negative feelings. So that is my inputs.
Okay, but sir, I have experienced that this thing that what we can do if the managers or superiors are involved in all such things. Like sometimes it may happen that someone get promoted on the basis of personal likability. Like if manager feels that he or she is someone who always appreciate my opinions or my decisions and always praise about me among the other managers, then he or she may promote that person rather than promoting someone who actually deserves that thing.
This is very subjective, I would say, because promotion is based on not only current performance, but for it also depends on the potential, right? But still, if you think that you are deserving, then prove yourself, right? And still, I would say that having a good objective manager is also very, very important, right? If you find that your manager is not objective enough, then you always try to revert with your work. And at the end of the day, it's an open ground, right? Either you just continue with that work stream with that manager, or you will navigate yourself into different work areas or different companies. Because
Yes.
as I said in the beginning, politics तो रहने वाला है. In ज्यादा कम, that is a separate discussion. But आप उसमें कितना रह के अपने, या तो आप ये कह सकते हो कि भाई मैं तो पॉलिटिक्स में रह के पूरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को चेंज कर दूंगा या कर दूंगी. But whether you want to burn ocean, then it's your choice. But I would say figure out navigate your work area, your hierarchy, right? आज अगर आप बोलोगे कि आपका मैनेजर इतना ऑब्जेक्टिव फॉर एग्जांपल नहीं है, फॉर एग्जांपल, so you should also not shy away in raising those issues to your skip level. You can go
Yes.
above, right? But this is a battle, I would say, where you need to navigate yourself. And this particular question itself, as I mentioned, is very intriguing, right? We can keep on talking because there are different versions. If tomorrow you will speak to some different people, they might have different way of looking at politics, right? But till the time if you don't want to be part of politics, then your way of addressing it will be different. If you are also part of politics, then if you also start playing politics, then it is a different ball game, I would say.
Yes.
So I think be bold and just try to navigate yourself. That is our key message. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Understood.
Thanks, Shraddha. Yeah, Deep.
Thanks, Karthik, for your inputs. Shraddha, I think we can move to next question.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, so your next question is, we have heard that your first impression is your last impression. We focus on building our good impression, but still, there will be some people who will try to create a negative image of us, or they may try to influence people negatively. How to deal with such people and how to stop them without spoiling the professional relationship with them?
Yes.
Yeah, so Karthik, you would like to say something?
So, Shraddha, again, this is very good question, right? Even everybody who is studying or who are working, they would have heard this. First impression is the last impression, right? But we also go beyond that. So even if you cannot have your first impression good, it doesn't mean it's the end of the story, right? So the more important thing to understand is that the first impression is in your control, right? When you are going to meet someone, right? When you are appearing for an interview, right? Or when it's your first day at work or at institute, you are the one who are going to create that first impression, right? The origin will be you. So we need to understand one thing, that there are two elements in anything that we do, right? Controllables and non-controllables. What you can control? Can you control your first impression? To the extent
Yes.
yes, how you present yourself, right? You have all your control. But despite that, if there are some uncontrollables, whether you will focus on uncontrollables or controllables. If I want to
Yes.
create that first impression, then I will work on myself, right?
Hmm.
If I start working on others, that okay, how to control the others who are trying to malign my impression. So that is, so my view is the other way around, right? Rather, I should focus. I should uh, create my personality in such a way that the other people cannot malign my impression, right? So I would say first impression is definitely important, but it is not the end of the story, right? And you should have full control of your first impression or any impression. And obviously, there will be exceptions. There are other factors which might impact your impression. So that is what I would like to add.
But sir, what I actually wanted to ask is, while maintaining our image, we can say, some people will be there who personally getting jealous with our achievements. So they try to influence others negatively, which is not a factual information about ourselves. So we generally get aggressive, but we have to deal that thing with assertive manner. बिकॉज कुछ लोगों का ऐसा एटीट्यूड होता है कि वी डोंट केयर कि लोग मेरे बारे में क्या सोचते हैं, लेकिन इट एक्चुअली मैटर्स व्हाइल यू आर वर्किंग विथ दिस काइंड ऑफ पीपल, बिकॉज कहीं ना कहीं आपका जो वो अंदर से वो कनेक्शन है, अगर वो चला जाता है तो वी डोंट लाइक स्मूथली वो काम नहीं हो पाता फिर वो टीम मेंबर्स के साथ. So
नहीं,
how to deal that thing in assertive manner and we can stop that person कि भाई ये सब चीजें आप मेरे लिए नहीं कर सकते. It is not allowed.
आपको एक चीज में बताऊं श्रद्धा कि देयर इज आल्सो अनदर सेइंग, राइट? वर्क विल स्पीक फॉर यू. बट वो उसका है
Yeah.
ना लिमिटेड मीनिंग है. वर्क विल नॉट स्पीक फॉर यू. आपको ऐसा करना है कि आपको काम करना भी है और दिखाना भी है. कई बार क्या होता है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में कि देयर कुड बी टू टाइप्स ऑफ पीपल. एक जो टाइप ऑफ पीपल होता है वो काम करता रहता है एंड देन ही और शी वुड थिंक कि कोई तो मेरा हाईलाइट करेगा. एंड देयर इज
Yeah.
अनदर काइंड ऑफ पीपल जो काम भी करेंगे और दिखाएंगे भी कि ये मैंने किया है, राइट? एंड
Yes.
ऐसी कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है कि जो प्रॉफिट में नहीं बिलीव करती? अगर आपका काम है प्रॉफिट मीनिंग, इफ इट इज हेल्पिंग दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, तो आज नहीं तो कल आपको रिकग्निशन मिलने वाला है. बट इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि अगर आपके बारे में कोई ऐसा बोल रहा है हु इज ट्राइंग टू क्रिएट दैट नेगेटिव इंप्रेशन ऑफ यू, राइट, किसी को और बोलने से, तो आपको हाईलाइट तो करना ही है. यू शुड हाईलाइट,
Yes.
राइट? उसका अगेन दिस इज वेरी सब्जेक्टिव. जब तक आपको उसका इम्पैक्ट रियलाइज नहीं हो रहा है, राइट, अगर एक दो बार हुआ यू मे इग्नोर. बट आपको लग रहा है कि ये तो एकदम फोकस्ड वे में हो रहा है कुछ गलत, देन डोंट शाय अवे. और काम करते रहना है, दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट, बट दिखाना भी बहुत जरूरी है. क्योंकि आज
Yes.
मतलब दिस वर्ल्ड नाउ वर्क फ्रॉम होम और हाइब्रिड वर्क कल्चर, राइट, दैट विजिबिलिटी वी हैव टू क्रिएट दैट विजिबिलिटी. अदरवाइज पीपल आज मेरे इर्द गिर्द अगर 5-6 जन है, और इट ऑल्सो डिपेंड्स ऑन मैनेजर. अगर मैनेजर ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं है तो क्या होगा कि जो आजू बाजू वाले होंगे उसका ही दिखेगा काम, राइट? एंड दैट इज व्हाई इन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन दीज अप्रेजल्स, दीज KRAs, KPIs आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. हालांकि वो भी काफी डिबेटेबल है, राइट? समटाइम्स इतना डिटेल में लोग नहीं जाते हैं. अप्रेजल करने के टाइम क्या होता है कि भाई नहीं, मैं तो डे इन डे आउट बात करता रहता हूँ तो मेरा एक इंप्रेशन बन जाता है, राइट? सो this is again very subjective answer, I understand, but what I would like to suggest you, काम करना है, दिखाना है, और अगर उसको कोई खराब करने की कोशिश कर रहा है तो उसके ऊपर इश्यू भी रेज करना है, राइट? टिल द टाइम अगर उसका इम्पैक्ट नेग्लिजिबल है तो इग्नोर कर दो, क्योंकि 10 जन की कंपनी में 8 जन तो ऐसे होंगे कि जिसको ग्रो करना है। अगर आपको लग रहा है कि 80% ऑफ द पीपल आर सच कि जो नेगेटिव ही है, तो फिर आपको कंपनी में नहीं रहना चाहिए, और यू कैन बी अ रिवोल्यूशनरी, राइट? देयर आर पीपल जिसको लगता है कि मैं खुद चेंज करूंगा, अगर करो, यू इफ यू हैव दैट टाइम एंड एनर्जी टू स्पेंड ऑन, डू दैट, बट इट शुड बी योर कॉल कि मैं ये क्यों कर रहा हूँ या कर रही हूँ। I hope it somehow clarifies your question. Deep, you
Yes,
have
yes.
add your thoughts.
Yeah. So Shraddha, I would say, during our time, Professor H.J. Jani sir was there. I don't know you have studied with him or not, but he used to say, "तेरे मांगन अनेक तो मेरे भूप अनेक." मतलब तेरे पास अगर जॉब मांगने वाले बहुत लोग हैं, तो मुझे भी जॉब देने वाले काफी सारे लोग हैं, right? So I would again go back to your focus, your deliverables, okay? And once your work is so good that you don't need to shout out, your work will speak for you, okay? So I think the more focus should be on personal development, okay? Then, thinking about other people, because there will be people, okay, who will always try to diminish whatever you have done, or whatever your achievements are there. So not everyone will praise you, right?
Yes.
And as far as corporate is concerned, I would say it's like old school ho ya new school, profit sabka favorite subject hai. So when you deliver profit, then even your boss has to recognize your efforts. Boss has to retain you in their organization, because at the end of the day, as Karthik rightly said, no organization would like to suffer because of politics. Like everyone wants to grow. सब लोगों के पीछे इन्वेस्टर लगे हुए हैं, इन्वेस्टर का पैसा लगा हुआ है. They are also answerable to many people. So favoritism and all will not take them to next level. So I would say focus on your personal development, focus on your deliverables, see the brighter side of the situation. Sometimes it happens that हमको लगता है कि बॉस ये काम हमारा नहीं था और हमें दे दिया, but definitely you will learn something out of it. And if you look at future, then definitely वो बोलते हैं ना कि कुछ भी काम किया है वो वेस्ट नहीं जाता है. So that definitely you will come across these things.
And the other thing I want to add is, अगर कोई आपने 5 काम किए, right, you might have something in your mind कि ये 5 काम मैंने एकदम बेस्ट किया, still I didn't get that deserved credit, right? उसके बाद आपको ये सोचना चाहिए कि मैंने कुछ वैल्यू एड किया कि नहीं. What I'm trying to say कि मैंने 5 काम तो किए, बट वो 5 काम को सिर्फ 100% डिलीवर किया, बट इफ आई कुड एड सम वैल्यू टू इट, राइट? जैसे रिलेशन, जैसे क्लाइंट के पास ऑर्डर लेने जाना है, तो आपने ऑर्डर तो ले लिया फर्स्ट टाइम, बट आप रिलेशनशिप बिल्ड नहीं कर पाए, then the client may not give you order next time. तो आज हमें अगर लगता है कि आई वाज डिजर्विंग एंड आई डिडंट गेट दैट क्रेडिट, इज वन वे ऑफ लुकिंग एट इट, बट साथ में हमें खुद भी ऑब्जेक्टिव रह के सोचना है कि मैं इससे ज्यादा क्या कर सकता हूँ या कर सकती हूँ, राइट?
Exactly.
What we are trying to suggest is there is no one right or wrong answer to both these questions. आपके जो दोनों क्वेश्चंस है, उसका राइट रॉन्ग आंसर नहीं होगा, उसका हर एक के पास अपना पर्सपेक्टिव होगा. इफ यू वांट टू बी पार्ट ऑफ द पॉलिटिक्स गेम, आप भी शायद पॉलिटिक्स प्ले करने लगो, देन इट इज डिफरेंट थिंग, राइट? पॉजिटिव साइड, अगर पॉजिटिवली आप किसी को इन्फ्लुएंस कर पा रहे हो तो दैट इज गुड, राइट? बट आप भी उसका मतलब नेगेटिव साइड में इन्वॉल्व हो रहे हो, देन इट इज अ डिफरेंट बॉल गेम. सो व्हाट वी वांट टू सजेस्ट इज फोकस ऑन योर डिलीवरेबल्स, करियर पाथ. अगर आपको अभी कुछ ऐसा लग रहा है व्हेन यू ज्वाइन योर न्यू ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, आपको लग रहा है कि इनिशियली आपका इंटरेस्ट एरिया में नहीं आपको काम आ रहा है, So try to evaluate yourself कि आप कहाँ evaluate कर सकते हो. जब मैंने शुरुआत की तो I was doing one work, but at the same time I was generating interest in other areas. ताकि क्या मतलब आपको भी अच्छा लगेगा कि you are trying to learn something new and you are also trying to add value to the organization, right? जितना बोला उतना करा वो तो every manager expects, but जो नहीं बोला वो भी अगर आप कर पाओगे ना, then there will be a different impression, right? So this is, I think, whatever responses that we shared with you based on our experience, right? It should help you, or if you have any other thoughts, questions, we can definitely connect further. But I hope you found these responses insightful, Shraddha.
yes, definitely, sir. In fact, दोनों के व्यूज जो थे वो काफी अलग थे, लेकिन मेरे लिए दोनों के दोनों व्यूज काफी रिलेटेबल थे. So thank you so much for solving my questions.
I think,
and I must say I am 100% satisfied, and I think I will get more satisfied when actually I implement this kind of knowledge.
Yeah, definitely. I think thanks a lot.
Yeah,
for
definitely, Shraddha.
feedback.
So I would say when you start your corporate journey, start with positive set of mind and try to learn every day new things and reflect on every day. So when you are coming back to your home, reflect on what work you have done, what better can you do. Okay, so I think that will help you to expedite your career progression basically.
So
Sure,
thanks a lot, Shraddha, for your instant feedback, and for our viewers, I think this is the beauty of our initiative Ask and Ascend, where if you have good questions, then definitely it will help you get better insights. And I think let's continue this journey of Ask and Ascend. Yeah. So
Yes,
see you in the next
definitely.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Shraddha, for being our guest, and we look forward to more questions from your side.
Yes, sure, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Shraddha. Thank you, Deep. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.